Welcome, everybody!
Hey, what's up?
What's going on?
I am AJ. Welcome to the PanelCast, episode 284. With me this week is Joey and Joel.
Hey.
You know, it's very difficult when I write up the invites for this. I just have to type J 3 times, and all their names come up, and the invites just go out. It's
Done.
super simple when everybody in the company is named J.
And there's like 1,000 other people just locally that just get these emails all the time from you.
Right.
Or just
Just
some
random
poor Jackie
J's
somewhere.
are just like,
Yeah.
Some dude named Jalopy is just sitting there like first off, why is my name Jalopy? And second off, fuck my 50s parents. And third,
And
it
then
was this guy AJ emailing me.
When you figure it out and stop sending them to all those other people, part of them is like, hey, how come you don't send them anymore? And they don't even know you, and they're just like, oh.
They just missed being contacted by us.
Yeah.
So in this episode, we are without Justin and who's the other guy? Freddie. Justin is on assignment in the chat room, so go find him on our chat room in YouTube and talk to him, and keep him company. But this week we have a lot to go over actually this week, surprisingly, because we've been doing our homework all month. Have we not, gentlemen?
I mean, about as much as I used to do homework. So
We've been some homework is done. We'll definitely talk as much about what we can for damn sure.
Yeah, like Joey said, half-assing it.
What you got first on the docket?
Well, we're going to be talking about a few things. Here we go. We're going to talk about Last Samurai Standing. We're going to talk about Pluribus. We're going to talk about Frankenstein. We're going to talk about The Running Man. We're going to talk about Welcome to Derry.
Okay.
But first, we're going to be talking about something that we should be talking about on more of a regular basis, and that's a comic book. Just because we are a comic book company, we should talk comic books at some point, right?
What did you say? Komike.
Komiki books. You know, funny pages, those kid books that adults used to give us crap for reading all the time, comic books. Me and the guys, we decided, hey, let's go ahead and read up on the new Absolute Universe, which we've been hearing all about. Everyone's been talking about Absolute Batman, Absolute Superman, Wonder Woman, Flash, all this stuff going on. And we decided, well, let's give a check out on it. Mm-hmm. And we read Absolute Batman, the first trade paperback.
Yeah. Even if you haven't gotten all the way through, there's a tone and a consistency it's had from like the first page. It's fun to me. A lot of fun because I don't exactly know how they're going to do it. You know what I mean? There's been enough change ups, but with the same characters, but not that. You know, and that's, I guess, the beauty of Batman. He's gonna have a million one-off isolated worlds and different versions, and I want them all. And this is a cool one. This is a very cool one.
Now, you read the whole series, correct? The whole first trade, correct?
I was able to get through the first trade, yes.
And Joey, how did you do with it?
I got through most of the first trade. Maybe I got to the end. I got pretty far, I would say.
So what did you, Joey, think about the art and the story and the writing and everything?
Well, I like the art a lot. Actually, that was the best part of it for me. I like the style. It had a nice, simplistic style. It's not simple in a bad way. And I liked the scratchiness of it. It was very loose line work, and I like that a lot these days. You know,
good movement when characters were doing something though. You could see the.
Oh yeah, and I like their Batman in action, and because he had one of the things I did like was the talons and stuff, and the use of that in the panels. The motion of that weapon was very cool.
As opposed to one long cape, you know, he had the tendrils instead. It
was a different take, and I appreciated it, and they used it well. You know, the action.
It was believable. It was believable.
Yeah,
I believe that a guy could make and master that, and though hard. But it was like, okay, I'm on board for that. Even the chest acts at first, I was like, what the heck, what the F is happening right now? But then
that's the only one I'm kind of like,
And I mean, I get that it's not it's definitely not standard, but I'm gonna give him an A for newness. I had never thought I'd see that.
I totally
Um,
go with you on that.
the only
By the
thing I
way,
do want to tell you is that I noticed when I looked at the art, for some reason my brain thought, I wonder if they kept the axe and everything the right size the whole time. Like, no, no,
yeah,
it grows and gets smaller. Like it comes off the chest as one thing, but depending on how you see it, that thing really changes. But I don't care because it's still, if it was bigger, it
It
needed to be
felt
bigger.
anamorphic, like it felt like its own thing, like it had its own almost sentience, you know.
Yeah,
it was
but
silly, but I guess it worked for it. I mean, if you think about it, like, it can't be there. It would stick out of your chest like
yeah, yeah.
inches.
Well, but he's
So
also ridiculous. His head's this big
I
and his
know.
body,
I
like this is
really.
definitely one of the most buff, like maybe Bisley, right? Might have been,
Well, he does
right?
definitely has that like that large upper body thing going on with the busy shape. Yeah, but
So it's
so what? The
fun.
exaggeration is kind of fun, though. I was
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, I
it
mean,
is.
written by Scott Snyder and art by Nick Dragotta. And I think Nick did a fantastic job, like you guys are
Oh
saying.
yeah.
Everything about it, it looks like almost a, I don't want to say a dirtier Magnola, but like a different Magnola. You
I
know what I
could
mean?
probably see the influence, of
Like
course.
the Magnolia, yeah, the influence is definitely there with the
Yeah.
long stringy lines and everything that he, but the detail comes in and it's highly impressive. I love his camera angles and
Every
his point
shot
of
seems
view.
very planned. There's no
Yeah,
filler panels. They're all like, hey, this panel is supposed to be this. We're not going to use the same panel 6 times, but change the dialogue. Every single panel was very deliberate. Um, it's, I think it's hard every time you come out with something Batman, right? If you're going to try to be
Well,
fresh and new,
there's so
you got
much
to,
Batman. I have a lot of
yeah,
Batman fatigue, to be perfectly honest. So I was a little wary going into this,
yeah.
but I hadn't read a Batman comic in a long time. This was a good one to get back to. I liked it.
I really like the angle that he's not coming from money.
I like that too. Yeah, like different origin, completely different kind of origin, which was good.
And I
That's
thought
what I like about the series. I do and I don't like their reboots. Like I liked the Ultimate Universe reboot until it got too stupid with itself, and I liked the Old Man Universe when they were bringing that in. I liked the New 52 when they first started it, and the Absolute Universe as much as I've read, because I've read all of the trades for all the ones that have been released so far.
the Absolute Superman, Absolute Wonder Woman, right? Is what else is there?
And Martian Manhunter.
Okay.
I read all of those, and I love the beginnings of them because they're so different. Their takes on the origin stories and the different points of view and where they're coming from.
Mm-hmm.
They're Elseworld stories,
Right.
And I love that point of view. And so, like you're saying, I too have Batman fatigue because everything is Bat this, Bat that, everywhere you look, and it's so popular nowadays. But whenever there's a different view on it, I gain a new interest for a little while, as long as it's a good view. So, like when I watched Aztec Batman, that was a totally different point of view, and I loved it. And it got me hyped on it. So reading this, it got me hyped on this now. But I'm afraid how long it's going to take me to get to Burnout again.
Yeah.
How many trades am I going to get into before I'm just like, okay, I'm done. That's it.
Or there's just going to be some that just aren't written good or just not good, but there's going to be a lot of it, whether we like it or not. There's going to be so much Batman until we're dead. But, sometimes I try to imagine a lot, being the person drawing it and, someone comes to you and says, hey, here's this project. You going to do it? What if you're even handed a property you don't even like, but you're like, I got to try to do this, So when people do entertain me, I'm happy to spend the money. That's why I was happy I bought the physical trade. And I was like, okay, this money was worth it. I can't be shelling $7 for every issue to keep this going. I can't do that, but I can give you enough to get that one. And it was worth it. It was worth having the physical.
Yeah.
I think that
this one's
defined
definitely going in the collection, in the hard copy collection.
Yeah, and that says a lot these days when you may still decide to have a physical copy when it is cheaper and easier to house if you buy digital or you just read it online. I'm not saying I don't do that, but um, I don't know, some stuff you just want to open up and look at. So
Still want the paper feel on your hands.
I buy graphic novels still for the shelf, to read.
yeah.
Yeah, so do I. I do the same. But I don't buy individuals.
It is.
No. Sometimes I have an addiction a little bit for the artists editions. Because you get to see the art so much better, but I'll only buy those if it's like I want to see that art bigger. Because those can be a lot of fun.
I
If
love
you
I
ever
don't have any, but I've seen a ton of them, and man, if I had space, that's what I want. I want the artist editions of things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even if it's just, 2 issues, if maybe they only make, a few of any of the run, they never make a
You
lot
know
of
what I
them.
mean? Writers are useless.
Well, yeah, so
Nobody's going
it's
to buy the book just to read the script.
There's some, but some comics do.
yeah, but I'm talking also the ones that are just oversized to more to closer to actual original ink size, but they'll still have the words. Like I got one, there's a comic called Skinbreaker, which is anyway, that was the one I got recently, and it was just so much detail I didn't see. It's like listening to a CD on your headphones back in the day with CDs, and then you put it on your house stereo, and all of a sudden, all that low end you didn't know existed.
And I love that sound of the on the record, where you can just hear the needle going on the grain. I love it.
The sound.
Unless it's Joel ruining it by scratching all over the.
Oh, have to. It's not my fault. Don't blame me.
Let's move on to a film that we haven't discussed on any of the shows yet, which would be Frankenstein.
Yes.
How many got to see that?
I did.
Once again, Joey fails in his homework. Joey's going to have the Saturday school detention this week.
A recurring theme, I feel like. It's been a recurring theme in my life.
You've not gone out to see it? You haven't seen it on Netflix yet? You haven't watched it?
Because I really want to soak in it, and I haven't had an opportunity to really just sit down. I should have done it yesterday. That's what I should have done. But
well, how about this? I propose just for a couple minutes, AJ, can we talk about it with him and just tell him some things, how we feel about aspects, but without giving away.
Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this. All right. So anyway.
Oh shit! Bring him back.
I've read Frankenstein. I've seen a lot of movies.
Yeah.
You're not going to spoil anything, and I've already talked about this with people that have seen it. So I kind of already have an idea what it's in store. So you won't spoil it for me.
Well, I mean, he brought, as usual, color and darkness.
Hold on. We have to describe what we're seeing first to the audience. Okay, we're talking about Guillermo del Toro's version of Frankenstein, the version that you can now see on Netflix, and I believe it was in the theaters for a couple of weeks.
Yeah,
you had the opportunity to go see it. We were going to go see it as a group, but unfortunately, it was so select that it was nowhere near us to watch as a group. Especially since some of us live in the far, far, far away desert known as Los Angeles or Apple Valley.
There were
or Beaumont.
Los Angeles, yeah.
So we didn't get a chance to see it, but
helicopters were broken.
Right, and our teleporters are just
can't trust them.
Decades away. Look what they did to Trump. Anyway, so when it came out on Netflix, we decided to go ahead and watch it on our own, and here we go. And I'm gonna tell you right now, it is beautiful.
Yeah,
it is a gorgeous, gorgeous movie, just hands down gorgeous. Oscar Isaac, fantastic.
Yeah,
fantastic.
Everybody was.
I still don't get Mia Goth, what everyone sees in Mia Goth, but I'll understand it for this role.
She did the part of that role. I'm not going to speak to anything else, but at least for what she needed to do in that one, she worked for me. But
I know. I know. It's
I don't have any
Winona
hype.
Ryder, Ava Green burnout. And
Yeah.
here comes Mia Goth, the new one. You know what I mean? It's just.
But for the movie, she did what they asked her to do, I think. I mean,
Right.
yeah.
But everything
So
else about the movie I thought was phenomenal. And the Frankenstein monster assembly scene is just gorgeous. It's just hands down awesome, in my opinion.
I did watch it 3 times before I played the movie again. Because you said that to me. You said, hey, when you get to the scene, blah, 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 it's going to blow your mind. So when I got there and then it did, I was like, since I have the technology, I'm just going to watch that 3 times and then move on. But, if there's one thing,
Was I
Del Toro,
wrong?
no, you're right. Del Toro always gives you something visually. I have people I've known, which whatever they're tripping, they don't always like them, but people always admit, like, hey, even if they said they didn't like the movie, I'm like, but did it look crazy amazing? They're like, well, I mean, yeah, but they'd still say they don't like the movie, but you could never deny the visual textures he gives you in all of
He
it.
makes fantasy feel real.
Yeah, like I
I
said,
mean,
textures.
feel real, and you're not even feeling it. You're looking at it, and it feels like you can imagine what the texture of everything feels like when they're touching it.
Yeah,
And Oscar Isaac already did a great job of that with Moon Knight, with the different textures he was wearing in the show.
yeah, I love that show. It was a
And
great
so
show.
now here he is with this in the Del Toro film, and it just feels like you just want to touch everything. Like he shoves the bones into the place, and he's putting the veins all over intricately. Oh my God, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
It's an orchestra scene, It's the best musical montage you'll see anywhere.
I bet you the trash behind that studio looked really interesting for like 6 months, and you never saw so many.
That in any alien movie.
Yeah, and then if you push that dumpster into a neighborhood where it's not near the studio, like how long it takes before like a million cops show up because there's a scene now, Joe. You haven't. When you get there is when you make something, if you carve something, stuff falls off and there's trash, right?
Yeah.
Well, there's
Yeah.
there's AJ the post project cleanup.
Mm-hmm.
Holy, like I said, dumpsters full of latex.
Civil War cleanup.
Yeah, it was pretty bad, and it was amazing. And again, often he doesn't seem to care if you see a scene one time for 6 seconds too. He still seems to go all out for it,
Yeah, it's at the very least it's gorgeous. It's a story we've all heard and seen before.
Yeah.
But it felt like what Eggers did to Nosferatu is what Del Toro did to Frankenstein.
He gave the depth that had been lacking to
right.
I still like I still like the Robert De Niro version. Maybe not everybody does.
Yeah, I like the new version too. But Sting,
I still thought it was good. I still love it, but this one did push even harder some themes, Joey, that I think you're going to be like, okay, for something that they've done a million times, it didn't just look pretty,
And it's emotional too. Holy shit. It was an emotional movie too.
Down to the last 2 seconds. I'm not going to tell you what they are, but when you get to that end moment, you're going to be like, oh, okay, this is the only way it could go from now on. Like if they do it again in like 5 years, I'm going to be such a messed up jerk ass when it comes. I'm going to be so cranky. I'm going to be the Grinch.
When they make Frankenstein 2, when they make the sequel.
Oh, they better not.
Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah, please, but it's going to happen. But I'm going to be so shrewd about it because, again, what are they going to bring to it that's going to be more on point? But
Justin's hoping to catch it this weekend, he says.
I'm hoping there's going to be like a special edition, like, hey, here's the extra 30 minutes of just stuff to look at. We just put it back in. Again, that's something I kind of miss about the physical form movie situation too, is that like on record B-sides, you don't get those on Spotify, but just like in streaming, you don't get extras. You don't get commentary versions. You don't get behind the scenes. You don't get any of that crap that you would get on a special edition, like clamshell. It opened up. Floop, floop.
Yeah.
and had all the extra goodies. But I hope they figure out a way, because that would be a movie I'd want to see the extra goodies.
Yeah. The wife watched it. She says it was pretty. I don't know if you guys are seeing the chat popping up on the side. But
Yeah.
yeah,
So
everything about it was gorgeous. Except for
yeah,
Miyagi.
when you get there, Joey, you're gonna have a good time. But like you said, shut everything off. Don't be around people that talk during movies.
Yes, I watch a lot of stuff while I'm doing other things.
This would be a Beverly Cinema movie.
Yeah,
I
Joey,
think don't work, and don't. I do the same thing as you. Like, there's things like I love to watch something while I'm working, but this one I think that's just gonna be what you're doing for that 2 hours.
My wife proving why she's my wife.
That's a cool picture.
Makeup and sets are so much better than CGI.
Always. Practical effects are practical effects. You don't have to create fake lighting. It's a freaking thing. It's got the same light as everything else in the room. I mean, I think you can, and they've proven time and time again that practical effects can make any gross or real creature or thing, or if you've got the money, you can make a scaled Millennium Falcon. It happened. Whether you like the movie or not, it made that happen. I know somewhere in the freaking world there's still an intact inside and out Millennium Falcon set thing somewhere. And if the zombie apocalypse happens, will you guys meet me in England and go there? Can we live in it?
Find it. Yeah.
You find it, and I'm down.
We'll sail it back over here.
Yeah, and we hold it. And we don't give it up, or we die.
Yeah.
We sail it. Yeah, seal that thing up, dude. Stick a fucking.
Can you
sail
imagine
on
the three of us, all right, or even Justin? If Justin's with us, and we put that thing in the water, sitting there, and all of a sudden it just sinks, and we die.
Because it was designed so beautifully well, but not to hold water. Not to hold water. Just dumped immediately.
It looks like it could float.
I'll tell you what, though. There's a lot of people in history that might not have the same infamy we would. Like today on the 9 o'clock news, we have a story for you and footage. It's short footage because we were like, yeah, and then done.
Three dumbasses who think they are in a comic book company decided to sail the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, and it's like the Red Bull. You remember the Red Bull competitions?
In the water.
People trying to fly their stuff off the Red Bull ramp, and like some of them go, but there's so many that just go boop boop. They like not per point no seconds like gravity. Like you think that this ramp thing is just going to do it for you? No, gravity. You got to do.
We'll be like those. We'll be like one of those that don't even make it to the ramp. They just fall off right on the way up the ramp.
Oh God, yeah. But it
gotta be.
But their vehicles are heavy and they don't go anywhere half the time.
Yeah.
Well. Yeah, but there's like a certain % chance that we could die on the crapper. So you know what? If I'm gonna die in that, better yet, if there's actually a bathroom on that Millennium Falcon thing, if I can be on while
that's the way to go.
Yeah. So anyway, practical effects all day, all day, all day. Maybe it's just our age or whatever, but it's better. It's better.
Joey, you watched something that none of us watched. Well, I think Joel caught one episode, but I didn't watch it. Tell us about it.
What?
Pluribus.
Oh, I think Justin said he watched it.
Justin did. I didn't catch it.
Yeah, but I watched it. I watched a couple of them so far. Pluribus is the new sci-fi show starring Rhea Seehorn and by Vince Gilligan of Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul fame. He wrote, and he's the exec on this. It's a whole new idea, though. Nothing to do with that world. And it's interesting. Do you want me to tell you what it's about so I can spoil it right off the bat?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you. I won't spoil too much. But they haven't spoiled anything yet, so you don't really know. So at some point, all of the human race, with the exception of I think they said 11 or 7 or 8, there's a finite amount of people, all become like a hive mind, not like an aggressive, we're coming to kill you hive mind, very pleasant, but still like, and everybody in this hive mind has the thought, the memories and skills and such of all the people that are in this hive mind, right?
Okay.
But the main character is not in the hive mind. She's a writer and she's trying to figure out, it's right now she's just sort of dealing with the fallout of this event happening, because it happens very, very quickly in episode 1. They set it up. And who knows where it's going.
I mean, that's peaked, but like you said, not enough of it's out for us to have answered any questions yet.
No, and he says he's got a 4-season plan for this thing, and I don't know. I'm not sure how that's possible, but it hasn't gotten far enough for me to second guess him either, I suppose. So,
well, what I'm hoping is that we get the same formula, that they're like you said, that there is a plan. They always knew they were going to end Breaking Bad. He had a pretty good idea where they were going, and like they executed a story, like reading a book, right?
Oh yeah, I trust them to make a pretty good plan. To be honest,
it bothers me when I can tell some things are written where they just had a great like gimmick to start it, but had absolutely no
like once the gimmick is executed, afterwards they're like, okay, now what?
What do we got? And versus something where I'm like, okay, regardless of what they do at the end, I know they're going to give me this story, and I appreciate that type of delivery.
I do too. I think I suspect it's going to be great. I mean, I'm on board. And it hasn't had any like shock you moments yet, other than the whole thing of it. But it doesn't matter. Like Breaking Bad was also a slow burn too. It took a while.
Yeah.
It gets going. And, all of his shows. So I'm optimistic.
Cool. All right. Well, then that'll be the first thing I get on then for my next.
Yeah, Lost is a perfect example of great promise with no resolution. Well, not no resolution, but not enough.
Not a great payoff.
Not enough.
But what did you watch Pluribus on again? What platform?
It's on Apple.
Okay. All right.
It's on Amazon too.
Okay. Cool. Okay. On it.
So the next thing I want to talk about is something that I'm sad nobody else but Freddie and I got to watch, but oh well. And that is The Last Samurai Standing.
I got to watch some.
Okay, you got to watch some.
Yeah.
This right now, it's a 6-episode series up on Netflix, and takes place in feudal Japan, which everything always takes place in feudal Japan. And it's about after the time of the Miko reign, when samurai were banished and their swords were no longer allowed to be carried. And so all the samurai have lost will to live or things to do with their lives or any purpose. And they're even down to the point where they're trying to sell their swords in order to make ends meet and survive in life and feed their family.
Yeah.
And then cholera is now running out rampant throughout Japan as well during this time. And so a lot of families are dying. There's not medicine readily available or anything going on. When all of a sudden a newspaper print goes out throughout the entire country saying, hey, there's a martial arts tournament going on. Be in this village at this time, at this place, to compete for a chance for 100,000 yen.
Which is obscene at that time. Like it's
at that
obscene.
time, that's just crazy. That's like $1 trillion here.
Yeah.
And so all these different aged out samurai make their travels up to this place. And you're filled with like all these little political drama on the side. Like the emperor finds out about it and sends agents to go discover what's going on about it. And all these cool samurai, random samurai, every single stereotypical Japanese anime.
You get all the tropes,
samurai
all the
in the world show up at this meeting. And then they're told, okay, here's the deal. All of you get these tags. In order to walk out of this building, you need to have 3 tags. By any means necessary. We're going to play this game where you're going to walk all the way to Tokyo, but you have to go through all these meeting places. In order to get through these meeting places, you have to have a certain number of tags. Okay? Great. Go.
Yeah.
So
and you only get the tag by taking the tag.
Kill everybody in order to get their own tags and move on to the next level. And that's the entire series. fantastic swordplay. I cannot say enough about In Battle in episode 6. It was 3 a.m. I'm screaming, "Oh shit!" in my office, standing up, going, "Okay, that is episode 6, the final battle. All the battles up until then were just as awesome. The swordplay is hands down the best I've seen in a long time, and this is me.
Okay.
You know, I have a respect for swordplay. I've always talked about it. Like, growing up around martial arts, I've done all that shit. The swordplay is top notch. There's no wire work.
Oh yeah.
It's all just straight up hand swordplay martial arts fighting, and it is amazing. The story is great. The intrigue gets deep. Like, it even goes super political, where they got spies running all over the place. You got ninja, samurai, all the stuff. Oh my god, it's so awesome.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm just taking my first good spoonful of it, and I'm just, again, I'm happy. We have so much good stuff to keep all of this homework going. But I'm gonna definitely get on that. I think I said this the last time we were together. Like, we have an overwhelming amount of good options right now.
Right.
And so, well, I mean, we'll ride the wave, as long as we can. And there's so many other titles I'm sure we can't even remember that we wanted to watch, but we know we did. Like, you know what I mean? I'll screenshot stuff. Like, I'm looking at it and I'll screenshot it. I got like a million photos of stuff I'm supposed to look at and watch, and it's in there.
Well, this one should be top notch, top of the list. I sat down to watch it just to, like, I was like, well, we got homework. Let me see. Let me try the first episode and see how it is. And then the next thing I know, I'm on episode 4.
Yeah.
And it's like, late in the morning. And I'm texting Freddie like, "Oh shit, are you watching this?" Like,
well, when we get off of here,
when
we get off here, that's the first place I'm going. I actually have it. Yeah. Other people in the house are like, hurry up, we want to see this. So,
and don't ask me the names of any of the stars or the director. I don't know. I'm not familiar with the Japanese cinema enough to tell you any familiar names or anything like that. All I know is that the acting was all good, the action was all good, the costumes were top notch, and like I said, the swordplay is some of the best I've ever seen. So I can't recommend it enough. In fact, why don't I just do this real quick? I am going to give it the ever popular 5 Little Richards.
5 Little Richards?
Wow.
It gets 5 Little Richards. And I know that a lot of you out there probably disagree with me because you hate me and you hate reading stuff. But
no, if there was 6 Little Richards, I'd give it a 6. It reached out and grabbed me right in the skivvies, like in the first, like, and then just kind of holds on to you. So, yeah.
It's a good show, but not meaning to dwell on it too long because I know I'm the only one watching it and you can't have a discussion about it. But moving forward, Joel, why don't you tell me about The Running Man?
Yeah, I was about to say, like, we're gonna go from one guy who's gonna he's got to make a trek from one place to another and do a bunch of crazy stuff. The Running Man. If you haven't seen it, there is a very brief nod.
Well, tell us about what it is, what's it about, and then.
Okay, well, to be completely correct, right? It's based on a Stephen King shorter story. Okay, like a short story. That they the 80s version, they gave it a go. They added characters that didn't exist, changed some stuff, but it's still nostalgia. I love the movie. It's still a lot of fun. I still love that movie. I love it. It's fun.
Yeah.
But based on AJ kind of filling me in before I saw it, that this was going to supposedly be a much more truer to the story, and it was just as fun, but a lot more depth, just going all the time. It was a good time. It was worth seeing on the big screen. If you guys are interested, the Theater by Me was giving out 2 different versions of some 11x17 pretty cool posters, so I grabbed a chunk of them. So if you want both of them,
Because you have space on your wall.
I've got them if you want them. They were both pretty cool. But it was just everybody did a good job. I think it had great people in it, and they played the characters they were assigned really, really well. Um, I don't know. It was serious and messed up, but fun, right? I mean, AJ.
Yeah, I mean, you liked it, right? Though you enjoyed it.
Oh, absolutely. I was entertained, the whole time, and I think it gave you kind of exactly what you were going to expect. Like, they don't show you everything in the commercial, but they show you enough to be like, oh, okay, this is
They
going to
show you
be.
quite a bit. They show you
They show you
enough.
quite a bit.
They show you
But
his ass and him slapping it twice, sure, but
there's a lot of things you don't see yet, so you still got to get in there and watch it and have. But it's fun. That is the most
and
part
you're
to
right.
me.
You're right. The homages during the movie are comical.
Yeah.
Little Arnold Schwarzenegger on the $100
That was the
bill.
one I wasn't saying, but yeah, that was a direct.
Yeah.
That was the only straight up one where we're like,
Right.
but that was cool that they did that, and you can love them both for what each one gives you. Let's put it that way. I think they're both. I could watch them back to
I
back.
think they are what they are. They're exactly
Yeah.
what they are. One is the 80s version.
Yeah.
And one is the new version. That's exactly what you're going to get.
Yeah.
We're going to have Running Mans like we have Frankensteins in 100 years from now. We're going to have had 10 running.
Yeah. Yeah.
And will the Running Man be still a man at that point?
I'm sure there will at some
or
point.
will it be Running Yamcha?
I don't know. Who knows? Who knows what it's going to be? But if you can, watch it any way you can. Again, something fun. You're just going to have a good time. And, there's serious tones, but they kept the pace good. I guess I don't want to blow anything else, but it's.
I enjoyed the movie. Freddie and I went and saw it. We saw it on IMAX. It was loud. It was in your face. It was fast paced. But it was a lot deeper than the 80s version, like you said. There were parts that were, they took the silliness, they kept the silliness of the 80s version, but the seriousness they took from the book. So it kind of mixed in there a little bit, but overall it was fun.
But one other thing I'll say about it was that, it's about the, obviously the main character, but the movie is driven also by all of the people that he encounters on this journey. So as much as it's him, there's these stages of it. And again, and these different characters contribute and they add their something to it that makes it, I don't know. I don't think any singular story about one character is usually good enough to hold the whole thing, unless it's Moon. You guys saw Moon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that I'm like, well, yeah, you can, but this movie is really perpetuated by great side characters. So yeah.
And finally, to wrap up the show, we're going to talk about It, Welcome to Derry. Apparently somebody has issues with it.
Somebody has issues with it?
Yeah, or somebody wanted to talk about that. Joey, did you get to watch it?
I watched it. Yeah, I've seen all of them so far, all 4 episodes. I wouldn't say.
All right, Joey, you get to present it then. Go ahead.
Okay, so Welcome to Derry is an HBO Max show. It's a prequel, I guess, kind of to It. Another Stephen King novel, a full novel though in this case.
Right. With the sprinkling of the Shining.
Well, yeah, it's got the bits of The Shining in there too. Yeah, and that's one of those things that kind of, I don't know if it rubbed you the wrong way, but it just seems kind of exploitative of the
universe.
The universe. It just seemed kind of cheesy to have Halloran in there and he's got spoilers, everybody. Sorry, we've all seen it. So
I saw it. Yeah.
You went from description to hate.
we know he's got the Shining. He's got the Shining. But
the Shining.
But now he can crash his way into people's minds and take information I don't know. And there's a scene in the third episode, that's on a completely different subject about this. They were in the graveyard. The kids are in the graveyard. And another thing, before we get to that, is that it feels kind of, it's like, we know it's it. Does it have to have a group of kids? It's like it's just redoing the same damn thing again, you know?
Well, Joey, let's get back to the description of what the show's about.
Well, it's about this town that has an ancient evil in it that we are not supposed to know what it is, but you know, this is a prequel, obviously, and it's wreaking havoc on the lives of the children of the town and some of the adults, mostly the kids. And there was a military installation, and they are hunting for some ancient weapon that they can weaponize against Cuba and the Russians. And then so it feels like, you know, Stranger Things bit off of it, and this is biting off of Stranger Things, and it feels like the tale of the Ouroboros almost to me in a way. But there's a scene in the third episode where they're in a graveyard and they do a little ritual, and then they have to try and ride their bikes out of the thing, and that looked like some Goosebumps shit. That was so cheesy bad. I was like taken back by like, it was like, is this the Haunted Mansion ride? Come on. Yeah.
I'm gonna hear that. I'm gonna hear that in my dreams. Some Goosebumps shit. I'm gonna hear it in my
shit.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's terrible. I have been enjoying it to, you know, I'm still watching it. I'm going to keep watching it too, you know.
Yeah.
But
do you guys have any idea how much Stephen King had anything to do with any level of production on this show or anything after?
When it comes to the guy that's working on it, Flanagan, I think it is. Flanagan did all the other Stephen King adaptations. And so Stephen King and him have a relationship where Stephen King will oversee some stuff, or will come in and be like, yeah, that looks good, that looks good, that looks good.
Okay, because I mean, I guess the only reason that I asked that question is because, you know,
Intellectual
property.
Next show we make, that's some Goosebumps shit.
That's some Goosebumps shit. You know, yeah.
It was
okay.
It was cheesy.
Yeah. There was also some pretty wicked gore. There's been some pretty hardcore dismembering, tearing.
I appreciate some of the more horrific scenes. They've been pretty great. The mother scene where the little girl has to come out of the womb again, like that was gnarly.
Yeah. But you know, I just don't want them to I don't want them to squeeze too hard. Like if they do this show, we kind of need to let it go for a while, because I just don't see the need to do any more with. So I hope they wrap this up pretty and leave it alone.
It's supposed to. They're supposed to. If you look at the timeline, this is where everything that we saw
from it's the earliest we've seen. We haven't seen anything earlier than this.
And then after this, the next jump is in the 80s, which is where we see Tim Curry and all them. So this is the prequel of that, and we shouldn't have any more before that.
But what bothers me is that the 80s one, when they were kids, they were technically in the same time period as this show, kind of.
Right.
And I was like,
I mean, it was 50s-ish, right? It was 50s-ish.
Right. Yeah. That was like in 84. And so you go back like, 25 years or 20 years. And so, well, it's like the 60s, I guess, but early 60s. Maybe, for being generous. It's basically the same time period. And it's just, another group of kids. I keep wondering when we're going to have a time jump and we're going to see them as adults come back to the town,
Right. And if you can't tell by Joey's shaven beard, that was around the time that we were all born. So,
what?
That's how old we are.
70s.
70s. Well, right at the end.
I trying to say a late happy birthday to our friend Joey, who's had a birthday yesterday. Thanks. And is smooth and baby face.
Hurrah for you, sir.
Yes.
I had to see what I looked like after the last 10 years of beardedness.
Oh, Flanagan didn't do the show? Okay, my bad.
No, it's Muschietti.
Oh, Muschietti? You did the other It.
Yeah. But he did the new It, yeah.
Yeah. Well, still, I know King and him have a relationship also, so King's like has more of a supervisor role over everything, but the older he gets, the more his kid takes over.
Historically, other than Maximum Overdrive, Stephen King takes a pretty hands-off approach with the adaptations of his stuff. You know.
Well, that was before.
I know there's plenty he wasn't pleased with. I know there's a lot of them that he was just like, sweet God, that was a pile of steam.
But now all these people are going to him and asking him, as opposed to him insisting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they're like, please tell us how to fix this. Please, this is what we want to do. What do you think? You know,
it is better to go to the Don and ask him if he's stable.
Yeah, at my daughter's wedding.
He's the man who
for
directed
the permission.
Stephen King's the man who directed Maximum Overdrive, and so you cannot trust his opinion on directing.
That's an awful but fun movie. It's awful, but it's fun.
But both of those things are true.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
In most cases, they are.
Like I can still picture the VHS tape on the shelf, clear as day.
Yeah,
passing it a lot of times, but picking it up also. Passing it a lot, picking it up again. Because you get 2 movies, you get 1 free or something, that week. I don't know. But yeah, anyway. So
what do you guys think about Derry? Because you've heard my loud opinions. You guys? I imagine you guys liked it more.
I got to the first episode and I thought everything was awesome, and realized I can't watch it on a weekly basis. I have to. I'm waiting to binge it. So
I have enjoyed it. Yeah, like I'm gonna keep watching it like you, Joey. But I still have a little reservations. I think the actors are doing a good job. I think a lot of people have worked hard. The art direction is fabulous. The visuals are pretty good, even though there is a lot of CG. You can tell there is some practical, but there is a lot of people working hard. But again, they're only going to be able to squeeze so much out of this to me. Like, I can't see how many episodes you can get, because you kind of got to get to, you've shown us enough by the episodes we've seen that either, you know what I mean? Like, either they find the thing or they don't find the thing or whatever.
They're like teasing you. What is it? What is it? But we already know what it is. We know
the military has to give up, right? Because if, like you said, there's no military there when we see the other versions. So there has to be, they have to wrap up, like I said, either they're successful or they're not, but they get the hell out. And where do all
we know what happens at the end. They win.
Yeah. So where, and also all of these people that are involved are now also just gone, because by the time we get to the other movies, there's just like talk. But there's like a lot of people involved in this now, and now all of a sudden all these people are just gone, and we're back to just talk like a few years later, like weird crap.
Well, they might kill off a lot of characters. You never know. Before this is all done, they just wipe out half the town or something.
It's going to have to be some look. So, but you know what? We've already
except for Harrigan, we know he's going to live on and go to the hotel.
Oh, yeah.
So I mean, hopefully we're just going to cross our fingers.
Or Halloran, that's the name.
Halloran. I mean, it's been entertaining, but I'll see it when I believe it, when it finally wraps up nice and tidy, and it could surprise us. It's still in the running though. Yeah,
it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
You don't mind it being homework?
No, it's like I said.
If you don't mind it being homework, you don't mind watching it, then it's obviously not a bad show. So
no. We're, like I said, we're both going to watch it, and they're giving us. There's also been some good acting in it, some good people doing some good stuff. Like I said, there's been enough people working hard where I do see the quality. I'm just hoping that they pan it out and don't what was that? Was it 13th Window or whatever with Johnny Depp? You know what I'm talking about?
The one with the book and the
Not the secret. That's the Secret Window. It's by Stephen King, which Johnny Depp was in. Or are you talking about the Seventh Door?
13th Gate.
The 13th Gate.
I love that
13th.
movie.
Yeah.
But they wrap up all the big stuff in about 60 seconds.
Oh yeah. They're like,
and
Gates of Hell. Yay!
And then he walks
Like,
through a door.
Roll credits.
they build it and build it and build it and build it till it's going to explode. And they're like, bam.
Yeah,
done.
It's true.
The credits roll. So, and like I said, same thing. Like, I think we can still have a lot of fun. I hope that they don't just drop us quick, but they're just building a lot of build.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, have you seen them all, Joel?
Yes.
All right. So, I mean, they at least are finally, by the fourth episode, finally giving us some origin-ness of the thing,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So there is that. They are going to try and explain a little bit of it.
Yeah.
Pennywise, but yeah.
Okay, can you explain this to me? Are they trying to say that Pennywise is a military creation?
No.
Or that it's a terror reality?
No, it's a thing that it's a spirit that was contained in a meteorite that crashed on Earth and broke the meteorite and the evil got out.
Oh, that's bullshit. That's bullshit.
That's what the natives think about it. That's their story, their origin story of it.
Yeah, and the thing is this is kind of a reverse where, you know how like in the movies the Nazis are always trying to find that secret relic to give them the power to win World War II.
Right.
Exactly.
Right now the American government's trying to find, they're like, okay, we're going to think outside of the box and we're not just going to build a new bomb, we're going to try to find this.
Well, originally it was alluded that Pennywise is a demon from the other world where the gunslingers and all them live.
Oh well, they just say it came from the sky. They don't really say
that it was a creature that had torn through earlier, and that was why it keeps coming back and all this other stuff. You know, because it uses the magic from the other world. That's why it exists.
But until they flat out say that, until they say it, like flat out say it, then I'm not gonna. Again, it's so wide open as to what they could really decide to do.
Right.
But again, that's the only apprehension I have. I am enjoying it, but there's a lot of things that I'm going to have, like we were talking about, you know, how Breaking Bad and how Pluribus, the idea that we're going to get this if they've got a nice adventure mapped out for us, and they're going to ask all the questions, but give us at least the answers in a really great way, then it could turn out to be a fabulous addition. Okay.
It could.
Yeah.
Well, you know, we've had a lot of Stephen King this year, so
yeah.
Let's hope. And for me, a lot of it has been a good thing. A lot of it is hit. So let's hope this is one of those. You know, I wouldn't want it to be a miss.
Do you remember that show that was like basically the Stephen King universe show? It was like Castle Rock or something. I think it was Castle Rock.
Yeah. Welcome to Castle Rock.
Yeah, I like that show.
So did I. And Stephen King was like the storekeeper and stuff in it.
Yeah.
And
that was a good time.
That was a good blending.
And you know what was really cool is that Peter Skarsgård was playing Pennywise in the basement of that establishment there in the military base.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because remember he was stuck in the bottom of the basement in the military base?
Yeah.
That's him as Pennywise.
Huh.
Oh. That's cool.
They were trying to tie all that together back then.
Yeah.
But they never got to finish it because it didn't get renewed. And so this is their way of tying that back together. But they were trying to do like you could see the store, the Needful Things store and all that stuff. And then Sheriff Paragon? One of them was supposed to show up. And he was from Cujo. And just all these little things from other books and other shows were supposed to be characters in the show and have interactions and whatnot. And that was really cool. I was really excited, but then it got canceled.
Yeah.
Minus the Gunslinger, I also haven't seen a whole lot of Stephen King in comic form, but the Gunslinger series by Marvel with Jay Lee was that's one of my favorite book possessions. Like it's one of my favorite books that I own the set of. But I don't know a lot of it. Have you guys, has there been a lot of Stephen King in comic form that you can think of off the top of your head?
No, not that I can think of.
They've all been adapted at one point in time. But the only thing that's part of the series is the Gunslinger stuff. Those comics, they're independent stories based on the books.
Yeah.
So they're not just adaptations, but they're also independent stories of themselves.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Approved by
right.
Robin Firth. Yeah. So maybe that'd be cool if we could see some more. I don't know why. I don't know why there isn't a lot more Stephen King in straight
It'd be cool if they just got off they just gave up the Ghost, stopped trying to make the Gunslinger an actual live version, just go animated.
I'll take it.
Break it into seasons.
There you go.
And give that to us.
As long as we don't get that Dark Tower movie was such.
Yeah, it was such an insult to the Dark Tower. It was an insult to the actors in it.
Yeah, because honestly, that's what sucked. Is like the people in it were like good. I was like, oh, this has to be good,
right? Matthew McConaughey, like.
Honestly, and to their credit, they weren't bad.
No, they weren't bad.
It wasn't bad acting. The movie it was just the movie, and I'm sure even after they were just like, well, I mean, that did pay for the house, that extra house in the Hamptons.
Exactly.
So.
That was a Dark Tower.
Yeah, like I'm not going to talk much trash because, hey, I would have been down if I made 10 really bad movies, but was just styling. Right? I would be a B-movie hero all day if you let me, So,
well, that wraps us up, actually. We're at that point now where we've covered everything and said everything we've got to say, right? Thanks, everybody that got to tune in, participate, all the interaction in the chat. Thanks for Justin and my wife for tuning in.
Thank you.
We had a lot of people tuning in tonight. Thank you, Joey and Justin, for joining me.
Yeah.
I guess I'll thank Joel, too. I don't know if I thank Justin, but...
yeah, he's here. He's been with us.
In spirit. Which is why his logo is Frankenstein. We're talking about the Frankenstein movie. Just kind of cool.
Yep. But it's good to see you guys. Good to talk about some cool things that we've seen. There's still more homework to be done.
Joel,
so we can catch up.
Guys, if you want to hang out after the show, we can chat a little bit. Otherwise, for everybody else, thanks for tuning in. Please check in to all of our social media outlets. And don't forget that we now have a Patreon going. And pretty soon we're going to have some art and stickers up there for sale. That if you just want to save some money, just subscribe to the Patreon and you can get it for free.
Yeah, now we're going to have absolute forbidden panel. So,
which would be Joey just flexing all over the cover.
There's going to be some innovative weapons and a lot of gore.
I'm gonna put a trash can lid right here on my chest.
Right.
Pull it off.
Keep it so it says Cocaine Bear underneath it.
Oh man. Give me this. All right.
All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you guys later. Like I said, Joel, guys, hang out so we can chat.
Yeah, take it easy. Be good to yourself till we see you again.